Hi everybody, this is MindOf. I'm going to be going over the map binds. Today we're going to be trying to cover defaults and the importance of them and what they are. So I'm just going to put blue dots representing the attackers today, like normal. Um, so normally if the barriers would be up, you'd usually be something like this. Um, Now the reason why you're usually stacking B short is due to the fact that usually this player right here should be Cypher covering your flank. If you're going to be playing towards B site heavy, you need to be obviously using your tripwires and your camera. Like you can put camera here or whatever just to spot. You're just there to spot and play on the weak side of the map. That's obviously the only way you can use Cypher normally to get good value of him on the attacking side. So a very common defensive setup, which will be represented by red for the defensive side. It's gonna be like this, just something super generic. I'm not really, I mean, this is pretty common, of course, on both sides. Um, okay, so what is a default? So default, like I said, is you're trying to gain a certain location or real estate on the map in general. Usually it's an area of importance. So a lot of time, it would be a lot of the bind is usually played around hookah. Um, B site is the harder site to defend. So usually what that means is people, if you did gain control of this, somebody from the CT side would most likely rotate over and play CT and try to help them. Um, like I said, the importance of gaining or doing a default is to gain real estate, and it's usually, like I said, a key component of the map, which, like I said, is hookah. So once you gained hookah control, let's just say, um, and as well, just a note, defaults are also to prevent space from being taken from the defenders, right? So that's why you would have like a player over here, which, like I said, normally is Cypher, just watching for pushes, try to keep you guys safe while you guys are doing your thing. Um, Now, in order to take hookah control, it'd be a series of burning utility. And of course, the defenders will be burning their own utility as well. So whether that be slow orbs or walls or whatever it may be, but you're also just running the clock down as the attackers to make more of a mid-round call based off rotations or based off what you see, right? Depending on what their dedicated agents are per site, which you would learn throughout the progression of the match. Um, anyways, so let me give you an like a representation of what kind of a worked default of what you guys would be doing. So it looks something like this. Uh, so like step two of like the default, I guess, would be more like look like this. So you got a guy watching. The goal of defaults as well, important note, is not getting picks. Um, like I said, it's to gain map control. The objective actually is to not die. You're trying to burn their utility, but you're also using yours to check corners, and to gain that map control that you guys are seeking, right? So, usually you have a guy just fighting for B long or whatever, and then, um, okay, so this is kind of like the step two, right? So barriers have gone down for spawn, and now you're kind of working the map, right? So of course, um, you are trying to clear hookah, whether that be whatever agents you're running, most likely. Like you could go ahead and uh, I don't remember what the ability is called, but it's breaches C. You could obviously hit this to check this corner, which will clear your left because it automatically kill him if it does hit him. And even if he does have to get out, you guys can kill him on the cross because you do have a crossfire here. And one person's obviously holding this angle. Um, so, oops. So anyways, um, so let's just say, like I said, that you guys have gained knowledge that there's nobody here. So you start working your way up. This guy can start working his way up very slowly. Like I said, the concept is not to die, right? Um, and then you also as well has this guy still just making sure, because like I said, so if this guy actually ended up grouping, you're giving up. I mean, the CTs could be playing anywhere in here, right? So when you guys do, to keep your options open, if you guys do decide to go back, they could be anywhere, right? So him staying here, staying at this location is actually giving you guys basically um, obviously for sound cues too, if they're sprinting, because obviously if they're um, calling that you guys are B or you guys are going to be executing B, they're going to be probably sprinting to get to site or flanking or whatever they may be doing. And so he can obviously hear a pretty good size um, for information, which is obviously very useful because it's free info. Just having a player on that side of the map. And then as well, again, like you guys don't have to really necessarily worry about, you know, this general area. Of course, they can flank around from showers, but um, it's only one person obviously watching your flank, right? But you need multiple people to be taking that certain location, like I said, that you guys are searching for, or that you guys are, the goal is, right? Um, so let's just say you guys have cleared your corners. This guy's slowly working up, and he checks this before he peeks this, and then you go ahead and the next step of the default would be actually you guys are inside hookah, right? So you guys have gained control of hookah. So let's just say you guys aren't trying to peek. You guys, there's like a box normally right here. So let's say you're playing behind the box. You have this guy's watching TP, and then whatever, right? Whatever you're trying to do. This guy's just chilling. And then this guy's worked his way, right? So he's like peeking kind of sight, not really. Like I said, the goal is not to die. By this time, if you've gotten this far, you definitely most likely have burned utility, you burned your own utility, you burned the enemy's utility. As well, you probably have received a rotation, right? This guy's probably, um, this guy's probably rotated. So that now the CT setup would be at the very minimum, if it's not an overreaction, which this map is all about, is not overreacting. Um, would look like probably like that. Um, Now if the IGL on the offensive side, if he decides that he wants to go B, that's fine, right? The key thing, like I said about this map, is it is rotations. It is faking, and that's why hookah is so strong because B side is so hard to hold in general because you can just do the waterfall out of hookah that you usually do rotate somebody pretty early on. The nice thing is as far as rotations for the offensive side, there's teleporters. I mean, you know, um, this guy can go into TP, and then he can go showers. You guys can literally just disappear from hookah. You guys know that this is, you guys know uh, that this area is safe, so you guys don't necessarily have to worry about someone pinching. Obviously, have your gun out, don't have your knife out. Um, have good discipline, but so anyways, let's just say that obviously A side is weak. A side is harder to hold as for two people. Um, B site is pretty locked down with 3, so in my preference, I would always recommend if you have confirmed, like the 2 dedicated B players are always, let's just say for example, are obviously Cypher, he normally plays B, and he's completely meta right now, 100% pick rate, needs to be picked every time in competitive play, um, and whoever else, whatever. Say you've confirmed that those 2 agents are there, and then you see somebody else. You see Sage now, right? And Sage is actually this player, and she's normally an A player, right? So she normally plays A. Um, so anyways, uh, the call for me would be to go A, right? So this guy, like I said, would take TP. You don't have to check showers. Showers is pretty scary clearing with one person because they could be anywhere. So I'd probably just go mid and just be very wary of showers. Um, so they would look like this. So he would come out here, and then these guys would literally just disappear from hookah. All of a sudden, you guys have just disappeared. You guys can walk out even. You don't have to sprint out until you guys get to an area where you don't have to worry about them hearing you, which is probably like right here. Um, and then it would look like this. It would look like this, guys. So and if you guys want to work bathrooms, you guys can. Like I said, I mean, it's not bad, it's just scary. So maybe you have two people. Like maybe the cipher. Yeah, so what you do, so the guy that was playing here, right? The guy that was playing right here, watching flank, he's gonna be your shower guy, and the guy that was long, he's gonna be your shower guy as well. That's what you should probably do. That makes a lot more sense. And then you guys clear. And then hopefully you guys have some utility left, which there is a preference, like a tier list on utility, of what you guys need to actually get into the bomb site. So hopefully Brimstone has his 3 smokes. So obviously, just for the case of blocking vision, I'll just like say you smoke. I mean, you could do whatever. That, or you could do the classic, and then into stage wall, or whatever you guys want to do. But the important thing is there's only 2 people. You guys can isolate the players, even if it's a 3v3 post plant. That's obviously you guys have the advantage on the offensive side. Uh, Play for bomb, of course. Just have good discipline. Um, but yeah, like I said, just a couple end notes. I know I've been rambling. Um, the whole point of a default is to gain real estate, and usually the IGL should be telling you guys what real estate is of importance, um, and what he wants to take control of. Uh, my preference on a certain location that I would want on a map is to be able to pick on a rotator and cause a rotation, and then make mid-round calls depending on what I see. And this setup, the guy from CT is actually rotating, or from Heaven is rotating to CT to B Hall, and he's going to be playing right here. Um, so I would want to take advantage of that guy, and then use the teleporters on the map and hit A fast, right? Uh, and that's kind of what you can do, right? So that's what I would recommend on how to play Bind and the whole purpose of defaults. Um, And yeah, the key component, guys, that I want to say as well is when you are trying to take hookah control on offense, you want to make sure that you are not dying. The important thing is to not die. You're just trying to gain map control. Um, so when you're trying to clear this, you want to make sure that you guys are not dying. And the guy that playing B long and the guy playing, like the Cypher playing watching flank, you guys are both, you guys cannot die, especially because there's no refrag power on the guy that's watching flank and the guy that's playing B long in this setup. And the reason why I have 3 people trying to take hookah is because hookah is the most important, and that's what you guys are trying to achieve. Anyways, thanks for watching, and go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I'll be posting more of these, and yeah, alright guys, I'm out.